40 days to 40.
Also, starting to read this one. Recommend it. Okay, I just let the dog out, so he might want to come back in soon. My son has been animating. It's been really cool, actually. I'm very proud of him, and I'm gonna share his YouTube channel. It's called, for right now, it's called The Gummy Bear Warrior. I don't know why, but I'll just link to it in the description of this video. He's been doing a lot of really fun stuff. It's super hilarious. He's got a little animation app, and then he does these little voiceovers. It's fantastic. I love him, but he uses my iPad, and he always puts it on light mode. And so when I like my iPad on dark mode, and so when I open my iPad, it's like, ugh. Blinded by the light. Yeah, it's it's rough. So I might be giving up on the idea of having a paper checklist because I just haven't had the time to make it. It's not a priority, but let's hit the checklist because I want to be quick tonight. Up at 6 a.m. Yeah, baby. Gosh, I always. Okay. Up at 6 a.m. I'm reading 2 different books now. I'm reading My Utmost for His Highest, and I'm reading Reconnected. I did touch grass today. I actually cut grass today. I didn't work out. And I'm sorry, but I didn't shower. It's one of those days. Listen to some morning music. Okay, a couple things on the music thing. One, I listened to a song that my mom sent me called Old Friends by, I can't remember. Old Friends by Mary McCaslin. Listened to that this morning. Hunter asked me to turn it off, but it's a nice song. And then, yeah, so that was a nice song. Thanks, Mom, for sending it. And but I tried something. I'm a little, I don't know if I should admit this. I don't know if I should say this. I was putting Hunter to bed, and he wanted me to stay in the room. So I sat down on his beanbag chair. I was, going on social media, and I saw a video, and the background music was a song by a band called Korn. I mean, a certain generation of people know. I don't have to say a band called Korn. I just say Korn. Because they're just like, yeah, I used to listen to Korn. Or you maybe still do. I don't know. But I was like, oh, I haven't listened to that since high school. I don't know if I should listen to that anymore. And I was like, yeah, I'll throw it on in the headphones. See if I still like it. And I'll tell you, I still like the music. I do. But whoa. I should not have been listening to that when I was in high school. And I'm not sure anybody should listen to those words. I mean, do what you want. I don't, whatever. I'm not your dad. But Korn has some really rough lyrics that I forgot about. Wow. Some dark stuff. And as much as I liked the music, I did not want to have that going into my brain, so I turned it off. But all right. So breakfast and connect time, it was just me with the kids this morning. Jen was at work all day. I made myself coffee, made breakfast for the kids. We took a slow morning, kind of started shows a little earlier than usual, didn't really get into schoolwork. I'm going to say that we had some good time together. All right, prep and start school for kids, man. When the kids are sick, man, things just kind of go awry. Work projects, worked on some stuff, yeah, for sure. Be present and off phone as much as possible. I wasn't really on my phone today. I was on the computer a lot though, and so I'm really not going to give myself that one because I feel like there was several moments where I was distracted. Practice music? Nope. I mean, that keeps getting taken off. I made dinner tonight and we had spaghetti and it was delicious and we had a good family dinner together right here at this counter. Read something I enjoy. I'm going to say yes to that because I started that new book, Reconnected by Carlos Whitaker. And it's really good so far. I like it a lot. It's a helpful book, but I like it. You probably hear my dog scratching. I'm going to go take care of that. I'm going to try this pause feature. Hey, that worked. Worked a treat. Now you're probably going to hear my dog shuffling around. Edit video. I did do that. Did quite a bit of that, actually. So that's a checklist today. 40 days to 40. Making it happen. Not every day is perfect. So far, I've not had a perfect day at all, I don't think. I'm not sure I've had even one single perfect day, but that's okay because the goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. My dog loves to be loud right now. He's just like, you're doing something that requires me to be quiet. I'm going to lap up some water right now. I gotta admit, it's midnight. And he's just like, yeah, midnight. That sounds like a good time for me to lap up some water. Just because you're down here and I want to make noise. We're kind of enemies some days. Peed in my room today. Makes me so mad. Just stop drinking water. You had all day to drink water. You're drinking it right now. Still going. He's still going. I'm going to leave this in so that he sees it and is shamed. Yeah. I'm talking about you. This guy scratching that door. I want to go out right when you're taking a video. I don't want to come back in 30 seconds later. Go upstairs. Go on. This guy. Yes. You see him? See him right there? Right. Yeah, there he is. Menace. I like him sometimes. I love him all the time. But I like him only sometimes. We have that kind of relationship. Now he's whining at the door to my bedroom. This dog. Dude. Anyways. Let's get into some thoughts. Quick thoughts on this video that I was going to have be like 2 minutes and now it's 10. Thank you, dog. His name's Augie. And he's a menace. He's been a menace since we got him. Anyways, I'm probably going to cut a lot of that out. But in this process of doing this 40 days to 40 thing, building new routines, kind of reconnecting with some of the things that are important to me, I've found that I'm starting to read that like cobwebs are clearing from my brain, you know, ideas that I used to, you know, ruminate on, or themes or whatever, you know, things that I was interested in, like leadership and spirituality and yeah, things like that. I'm spending a lot more mental energy on, and that feels really good. So I've got some leadership insights that one leadership insight tonight that I've come to find as being very important. This is not from me, it's from, you know, books that I've read and leaders that I've been mentored by. And it's this: healthy leaders give credit where credit is due for success, but they take full responsibility for failures. Insecure leaders or unhealthy leaders take credit for successes and blame others for failures, even their own. What does that look like, right? How does that look practically? Okay, so healthy leaders, let's say they're the leader of a team. The team has a success, a win, all right? The team finishes a project and it is successful, or there's, you know, record sales on the team or something like that. The leader of that team says, wow, yes, this is good news. This is all because of our team. I'm so proud of you guys for your accomplishment, and I'm thankful to you for this win, this success. That same leader, if something goes wrong, will hold themselves accountable. Say, hey, we our team, we're facing a failure, and I take the responsibility for that. As the leader, I should have seen the signs, or I should have done this or that, or I should have prepared you more so that we did not fail. And I take responsibility for that because I'm the leader. I give you credit when we have success, and I take responsibility for the failures. Even if somebody on the team is the primary failure, the leader says, you know, I take responsibility for that person, and so therefore I take responsibility for the failure, right? And that sounds a little like counterintuitive. And well, you know, if one of my team members fails, then, you know, it's not my fault. It's always the leader's fault, all right? Now, you privately, you can talk to that person. Privately, you can say, hey, this is where you messed up. This is where you need to improve. This is what your failure cost us, our team, whatever. But the outward-facing responsibility lies on the leader. It's important that happens, because when a leader publicly casts blame or shifts blame, it shows actually weakness. A weakness in character, a weakness in the ability to lead. So I think of it's kind of a funny example, but I think of the show Spin City. When Michael J. Fox was leaving the show, they wrote into the show how he would leave, right? And so there's this whole episode where they wrote an exit for him, basically. We didn't know it as the viewers, but there's this whole episode where there's like a major like scandal almost. And Michael J. Fox, if you're not familiar, he's the deputy mayor. He works for the mayor, and so his job is to protect the mayor himself, so that this scandal or this failure doesn't fall back on the mayor, and then the mayor loses his job or what, I don't know how mayors get taken out of their position. But anyways, so it wouldn't come back on the mayor. It was his job to figure it out. And so the whole episode, the team that the deputy mayor is in charge of that supports the mayor, they're all speculating, who's going to take the fall? Who's going to take the fall? Is it me? Who's going to take the fall? And you start to think like it's this one guy on the team he's been kind of inept through the whole series. You start to think it's him, like he's going to take the fall. He's going to take the fall. But at the end of the episode, Michael J. Fox, deputy mayor, leader of the team, who did not fail, takes the fall, resigns, takes responsibility. Wasn't his fault. But as the leader of the team, he recognized any failure on my team is a reflection of my leadership and therefore my failure, and I take responsibility for it. I was a kid when I watched that, and I recognized, wow, that's actually really incredible that he did that, And then I get older and I start reading these books that say the same thing, where I start being mentored by these leaders that say the same thing. Healthy leaders give credit where credit is due and take responsibility for failures. Insecure leaders take credit, give me all the credit. I did that. And then they blame others for the failures. Oh, well, if it wasn't for this person or that person or that, even like you see that where they're so insecure that even somebody else's success is like, well, I would have been successful, like them. Like I would have been, they can't handle it. They can't handle somebody else's success. I'm just gonna be real with you. I gotta stop saying the word success because I'm tired and my speech is slurring and I'm worried that I'm gonna say something else. Anyways. So, like, insecure leaders can't handle other people's wins. They see someone else win and they won, but I would have won. I would have been as successful as they are if it wasn't for this, that, or the other, or that person, or this thing. That's insecurity. If you find that you're the type of person that loves to celebrate wins as a whole, whether it's in your family, at work, on your sports team, or whatever, where you're just like, yeah, we did it, then you might be a good leader. You might be a healthy leader. But if you find yourself seeing other people's wins or success and feeling like, I could be successful too if it wasn't for this, that, or the other. Or if you are part of a team that has a failure, that you're a part of a team that you're leading that has a failure, and you're making excuses and pointing the blame everywhere else, you might be an insecure leader. Here's the thing. We want to paint the insecure, unhealthy leader as this bad person. Even now, the way I described it, that's kind of like, But I've been in that position before. I've been in that position where I was insecure, and my failures I tried to pass off to other factors or people even. I've also been in the position where I was a healthy leader And every time my team won, which we won pretty often, I would say, it's really it's the team. We've got the great perfect combination of people to be successful. And I would make sure that everybody knew this win is because of our team. I would even call out people specifically. So don't start thinking that if you fall in these traps, you're a bad leader or you're an unhealthy leader. You're just a growing leader. And don't start thinking that if you have a leader in your life who seems unhealthy, that they're a bad leader. They're just a growing leader too. And don't start thinking that if you have a healthy leader or if you're a healthy leader, that it's always going to be like that. There's going to be moments. Everybody has them. That does not mean that you're a bad leader. All right? You're human. You're a growing leader. So that's my leadership insights for tonight. Okay, bye.